All right, so out of all the playoff games we have on Wildcard Weekend, this is the weakest one. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers heading down to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs in what could be a bad game, if I'm being honest. I hope the Steelers make it competitive because we got to watch this, but I just don't know about this. But, hey, they're in the postseason. Anything can happen. Let's just see. That's why they play the games. On paper, Kansas City is going to destroy this team. But when it comes to game time, we don't know what's going to happen. So, hey, let's get into this game. Let's get into the matchup, and let's just see what ends up happening. So, when you look at these two teams playing in the postseason, wild card round here with a chance to move on to the divisional round, who has the edge? Well, let's take a look at it offensively. Starting off with the quarterback position for the most part, we've got Ben Roethlisberger and Patrick Mahomes. So arguably the best young quarterback in the game, or Ben Roethlisberger that's on his last legs and will retire at the end of this season. Yeah, there's no way anyone's picking Ben. Obviously, the answer is Patrick Mahomes, and I think that's that is just by far, Ben's done. Ben is done. He knows it. The team knows it. The fan base knows it. They're just glad they got to the playoffs. But yeah, it's by far the edge goes to Patrick Mahomes by leagues ahead. Now you look at the offensive talent. You look at the Steelers, they do got some weapons. Obviously, you got Najee Harris, that was, the guy that's pretty much been carrying the offense for them for the most part, dominating with the run game and just carrying the offense. They got weapons. Deontay Johnson, they got McLeod, they got Chase Claypool, so they do have weapons they can utilize. But I don't know how much they're going to compare it to the weapons Kansas City has and how they would fare. Maybe it's more closer than we would originally think, but I give the edge to offensive talent to Kansas City. They have Travis Kelce, they have Tyreek Hill, they have Pringle, they got McCole Hardman. They've just got some great weapons over there, and I just think they have the edge over anything Pittsburgh can throw out there. Not to mention, overall, they're just way more explosive offensively than the Steelers. So it's rough. Kansas City gets the edge with the offense again. However, defensively, this is interesting because I believe Pittsburgh's front seven is leagues better. I'm kidding. I'm not going to say leagues better, but overall, I say it's better. I say their front seven is better than what the Chiefs front seven has. Obviously, with TJ Watt being there, he's leading the charge. Man was legit putting up historical numbers in the sack area. Like, it's just straight up historical numbers. He almost beat Michael Strahan's sack record. He tied him. He almost beat it. 22 and a half sacks. So this front seven for Pittsburgh is a nightmare to deal with, and it is just better than what you see from Kansas City's. Secondary-wise, I think they're honestly about the same. I don't really have a lot of trust in the secondary of the Steelers, and I don't have a lot of trust in the secondary of the Chiefs. I will say this, though. The Chiefs started out the season very poor defensively. The first 8 to 9 games of their season, they were very, very poor. However, ever since then, for the remainder of the season, the last 8 games of this season, they were one of the best defenses in the league. They did a fantastic job slowing and, in some cases, completely shutting down offenses. They finally turned the corner, and that defense looks like the defense the Chiefs love to see. That's the defense you see in the postseason from Kansas City. They are ready to go. So overall, as a unit, I look at Kansas City's defense and say they're more prepared for the postseason as opposed to what you'll see from the Steelers. However, I'm going to give the edge to the Steelers defensively just because of how dominant that front seven is. As a whole, just the way the Chiefs have been playing consistent, they're on the level as a whole to what the Steelers have been doing the last several weeks. However, the Steelers are just a different monster with that front seven, and I'm going to give them the edge. So, offensively, the edge goes to Kansas City, especially with the quarterback and the offensive talent. Defensively, as a whole, the edge goes to the Steelers. So, what happens now? Well, let's get into the keys of the game. This should be real fun. Kansas City basically has to do what they've been doing for the most part. Defensively, you have to keep playing great. try to force turnovers on Ben, and just make sure you don't give up any big plays over the top. You got to watch out for Claypool. You got to watch out for Deontay Johnson. And you even have to watch out for McLeod. But you also have to make sure Najee does not go off in the run game, because the run defense is still something the Chiefs occasionally struggle with. Even though they've been great, they still struggle somewhat with the run game. So Najee needs to be a big emphasis in stopping for the Chiefs defense. Offensively, we just need to see this Chiefs offense play up to the talent they have on the team. Patrick Mahomes, again, has been similar to what we've seen from Josh Allen, in which Patrick Mahomes has, again, been great this season, but he hasn't exactly looked like the Mahomes we've seen in previous years. He hasn't been as explosive. In fact, the first half of the season, he was doing nothing but turning the ball over. He had like a 6-game stretch where he did nothing but throw picks, and it was bad. But Mahomes got himself together, and there were plenty of games where he just didn't throw, well, not plenty of games, but a couple games where he just didn't throw a touchdown, or he threw only one touchdown, or he had a touchdown in the pick. He just did not look as great as we expect Mahomes to be. But Mahomes is still Mahomes. The Chiefs are still the Chiefs, and at the end of the day, they ended up starting to look like themselves at the right moment. So we just got to look at Kansas City's offense and say, you guys got the talent to pretty much beat any team in the league. Go out there, play up to your potential, play up to your talent, and Patrick Mahomes, you got to start looking like the Mahomes we expect to see every single season. The Mahomes we saw last year, we need to see that Mahomes this year. And I believe that will be the case this year in this game. So it's going to start here. We'll see. The Chiefs definitely look prime to make another postseason run. We'll see if that ends up being the case. But, you know, it all starts here with this game against Pittsburgh. And at the end of the day, all they have to do offensively is get themselves together and live up to the talent they have on that unit. As for the Steelers, offensively, don't turn the ball over and find ways to put up points. What do you have to rely on Najee? What do you have to get your receivers to come up clutch and get some big plays over the top? Got to rely on Claypool. Got to rely on Deontay Johnson. Whatever you got to do, make sure you can put points up, because you're going up against a tough Kansas City team. And this is a team that destroyed you guys when you went up against them earlier on this season. They destroyed you guys. If you have any shot to beat them, you cannot turn the ball over, and you must find ways to put some points up. You got to find ways to put some points up. You got to score. You got to score. It's as simple as that. If the Pittsburgh offense cannot score points, they have no shot to beat Kansas City. Defensively, they are going to have to find a way to slow down this Chiefs offense. They tried in that first matchup, didn't exactly go as planned, but this time around, you're going to have to find ways to slow them down. You have to find a way to slow down Tyreek Hill. If you're going to have to choose, at the end of the day, Kansas City makes you pick. Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill. Pick one to slow down and hope to God the other one doesn't kill you. In this case, Tyreek Hill needs to have a serious emphasis. If you let this guy go one-on-one, he's going to burn who's ever in front of him. So the Steelers defense has to put pressure on Mahomes, but at the same time, they need to slow down Tyreek Hill and do the very best they can going up against Travis Kelce. You have to make Mahomes throw to his other targets. If they can't do that defensively, they don't have a chance to win this game. So honestly, any chance the Steelers have to win comes down to the defense. Because if the defense can keep this to a low-scoring game, the Pittsburgh Steelers offense will have opportunities to win this game. But if they go to 25, 30 points offensively for the Chiefs, there's no way I see the Pittsburgh Steelers being able to keep up with that. So it comes down to the Steelers defense. Steelers defense versus Chiefs offense. If the Chiefs offense is explosive and puts up points, they have no chance to win this. So the Steelers defense has to win this for their team. All right, at the end of the day, now that we got the keys to the game out the way and we've gotten who has the edge, at the end of the day, I am picking the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, let's be honest, most of us are picking the Chiefs. They're at home. They're definitely the favorites. They got the better quarterback. They got the better offense. At the end of the day, it's going to most likely be Kansas City moving on to the divisional round. But Pittsburgh has a chance to make this interesting, and if they can keep it to a low-scoring game, they could potentially beat Kansas City. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs. I believe Mahomes is not losing in the first round. I don't see Kansas City losing in the first round. I believe they will move on to the divisional round, and we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I'm going to take the Chiefs. With that being said, that is all I've got, and I'm out of here, man. Peace.